In this tutorial, we show you how optional tasks help you work with checklists more flexibly. They reduce unnecessary documentation and are ideal for day-to-day operations, where not every check applies every time. The setup of optional tasks is done in the web dashboard, either on the location overview level or the location level, depending on if you use task templates or tasks. Open a task and go to the advanced settings. Here you decide whether a task must always be completed or only when needed. Tasks marked as complete if needed are optional tasks. A typical example is the goods receiving checklist. Goods receiving usually includes different checks. A task like, has a delivery been made, should always be mandatory. This clearly shows whether a delivery took place or not, and prevents a missing delivery from being confused with a missed check. Optional tasks can be added for different product types, such as frozen goods, fish, meat, or non-food items with no temperature check. If only certain products are delivered on a given day, the relevant tasks can be completed while the remaining optional tasks are skipped. This saves time and keeps the documentation clean. A quick note on collective signatures. They don't work in checklists that include optional tasks. A collective signature is only requested once everything is completed. Since optional tasks can stay open by design, the signature may never appear. That's why these checklists usually include at least one mandatory task with its own signature. Here's what happens once the processing time ends. If optional tasks are not completed, they don't turn red or show an expired status. They are simply hidden and treated as not required for that checklist run. The checklist still counts as fully completed. If needed, these optional tasks can still be viewed later in the calendar. Optional tasks are also very useful for SOP-style checklists, for example for conference rooms or more complex workflows. These checklists usually include only a few mandatory tasks, often a final overall check. The optional tasks then guide the individual work steps. New team members can follow them step by step to make sure nothing is missed, while experienced staff focus only on the mandatory tasks and save time. In some situations, you may not need mandatory tasks at all. In that case, the checklist is used purely as guidance, for example for events or special situations, and not for documentation. In the Flowtify HasApp app, the checklist clearly indicates when optional tasks are included. Within the checklist, optional tasks are marked with a finger icon, showing that these tasks only need to be completed if they are relevant. This makes it easy for staff to see which tasks are mandatory and which are optional. In summary, you decide in the web dashboard which tasks are mandatory and which are optional. In the app, this gives your team clear guidance, supports efficient daily work, and keeps documentation lean and easy to understand.